Hi, how are you? It's Ching, and this video is about Qigong, and we're going to emphasize the focus Qigong warm-up and go into the contemporary Qigong developed by me, the second set, which is called Harmonize with Nature's Qi. Last video, we used the basic Qigong warm-up and goes into the very first set, which is called spiral breathing. So every set, there are 5 sets, of course, some of you already kind of have introduced to by watching the video. But if you're not, you can go back to search more. So this gonna how I teach Qigong in my class. We have about an hour and 15 minutes, but I try not to do that much, so I divide it apart. Instead of we use the basic Qigong warm-up into the focused Qigong warm-up, then we do whatever we want to focus on that day, okay, in class, my group classes. But today, because it's a video, sometimes people don't have enough time. I try to keep it a little short, but not too short. So besides introduce or separating, right, the other on the playlist, you will see the first set, second set, all the way to the 5th set. Now, this week and start now, we try to put it all together, see how you warm up and practice them. The truth is, every time you move, the basic start you have to think about, Qigong, I always go back to this, Qigong is not just for elderly because it's done very slow, so people think it's for elderly, but to me it's ageless practice, ageless or meaningful movement. So it takes a long time for you to really understand and cultivate and develop the sensation what you're really looking for. Just like, like everything else that you want to play piano, become a concert pianist, you're going to put a lot of hours too. But when it comes to exercise, we tend to copy it without knowing the meaning of it. So we call it meaningful movement Qigong, okay? And then Tai Chi Chuan's insightful movement. Well, I'm going to introduce all that to you little by little because I'm the wellness educator. I don't want you copies. That's why I talk so much. I can give you enough information. So why? So your mind, body can connect together. If you don't know, you just copy. You're not using what we as a human, right? Our potential, right? We lower the potential just by copy. So we're gonna lift up that potential, use the mind, body together. Guess what else? Breathing. So, okay. So what's a focus warm-up? What's a focus Qigong warm-up? It's like we're using a reverse down breathing. When that happens? When we surprise. Good surprise or not so good surprise, right? You go, oh my God, that happened on the inhale. You pull your tummy in, right? You become so alert. Why? Okay, good or bad? Somebody give you a nice surprise birthday party sometime. You're tired, you come home. You really like to sit down, have a nice dinner, maybe read a little bit, watch TV, talk to your kids, and then relax. But no, right? So it's how I'm going to react. So not what you want to do, not what you plan, those are surprise. Or car accident, or somebody break your house, you go, so your mind charge up, alertness come in, right? So you might have to say, what do I do so I don't hurt people's feeling? Or, oh my goodness, what should I do, right? My kids just fell off the tree, right? Totally not to climb a tree, fall off and hurts really bad. Oh my God, right? So let me check what's going on, right? So the alertness jumps right in. So I love to use that because we have this, it's part of a Taoism practice too, to really bring your mind into it. So you stay focused. When you stay focused, you have skill. Everything you do is better, right? You really want to have a really skillful pilot when you go flying on the airplane, right? If anything happens, I want that pilot what? Stay calm and bring me down safely, or surgeon. So that's the whole thing. It's not lay back, do nothing. It's really different than what you think. But lay back, do nothing, go to sleep, right? So teach yourself how to relax before you sleep. That's a different meditation. So we're doing meditation through movement, done very, very slowly, so you can think and deliver, putting everything together. So besides reverse abdominal breathing, you have to move your spine, okay? And creating this spiral movement. So we're going down to of DNA, double helix, right? Everything in the universe is spiral. So we're gonna create all that, how to do the spiral movement, connect to the arm spiral, medial rotate, laterally rotate, or laterally rotate, medially rotate. So all this, and how to move the spine so you have nice beautiful undulate wave. Once you have wave, you have spiral going up too. See how amazing this body is? It's all there. You have all those muscles can do everything I just said, okay? We just have to find them, right? We talk about potential. So now we're going to the second one, the second set of the contemporary Qigong. I can teach all other ones, but I feel like I feel like I keep doing that, and gradually I'm also a choreographer. So my previous career, also I like to create things. Once I understand more, I start creating. So and that made me feel good, and also I can hear feedback from other people, see if I need to make it better, and how to write. So like compose music, and writing the book. I'm also writing a book. So why we do that? So we can learn more. Do you understand? It's not like I'm better. No, I'm willing to put my work out there for you to tell me, to experience first. I'm sharing, so I can get some feedback to help me grow better. Okay? So harmonize with nature's qi. Nature's qi is nature's energy. So with the TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, we talk about there's three power, okay, san cai, three power. You have what? Heaven, humankind, and the earth, okay? So us human, we have to learn how to adjust to the weather, to the climate change, right? The climate change, my climate change is mean flying to another city. That's, I just lost 12 hours or whatever, flying back to China or Taiwan is difficult, or just I'm in Connecticut. So going to visit my son in California, right? I had to stay up for a long time. I go in the sun to change my circadian rhythm because I don't want jet lag. So there are a lot of things will stop us for people talks about all the time. So we're really vulnerable, and we're really resilient. We want to bring out that resilience, okay? So that's between the mind, body, immune system. So you have to learn how to breathe properly, nutrition, and exercise. Those are all in my book. I know someday we'll publish. We're still working on the last final thing. So we're gonna do that. We want to be resilient, especially right now. We're going through this COVID-19. We are not a victim. We're gonna make us stronger because this thing happened. Everything happened for a reason, okay? I had a breast cancer 20 years ago. So that's why I changed my life from dancing into wellness. I realized how important health is, right? So everything we experience, I'm not going to talk too much about it, and we experience, it turns our thinking around. Life is precious. So let's be the miracle keeper. Okay, we're going to take care. Here we go. So 5 checkpoints. So for proper posture, so I turn side a little bit. 3 points, my leg same with my hip. Okay, 3 points. And focus 1, talk about the proper posture. Okay, so all lined out, there are 5 checkpoints or 5 stations. So your leg and your feet, your thigh, and your pelvis, engage your abdominal, transverse abdominal. I give a nickname called the first responder. You always respond first. From what? Your mind. So central nervous system, your mind says, hey, hello. Okay, so now I have this, and then my rib cage up close, my shoulder, my arm in the right place, my thumbs point forward, middle finger lined up with the IT band. Then last part, the fifth part is where my head should be. No, right? You got was Chinese say 旋顶, right? 旋头. So you're gonna 旋, so it is suspend from above. So your head is so light. Okay, so that's your proper posture. From there, we're gonna bend knee, we're gonna take into a horse stance. So I tend to go a little wider than my shoulder. So sometimes it's like a pyramid, so become what? You create a spiritual triangle. Horse stance. I turn a little bit so you can see my pelvis upright. I'm not tucking, I'm not sticking my tush out, because what my first responder, which is truly is your transverse abdominal. The most deeper layer of your abdominal muscle, you have 4 layers. I don't want to go back too much, but I will just review quickly for you, okay? Then we're going to start moving. So your head suspend from above. So reverse abdominal breathing. On the inhale, you're going to feel the 3 muscles here. Lots of nickname. Inner thigh, pelvic floor. The first responder recruiting the lower arrow, so internal obliques, and 4 and 5 portion of erectus abdominis, you know, the 6-pack. It's keep going down the below navel, so you have lower arrow comes up. That open your movement. Movement is the gate of life between L2 and 3 in the lumbar. Then when I exhale, I let go my pelvic floor, my diaphragm is going up. So my spine got lighter and taller, and I root down. So there's up, there's a down. That's from yin yang symbol. So you always know there's a down, there's up, there's a right, there's a left, right? There's an inhale, there's an exhale. There's a daytime, there's a nighttime, right? So ready, inhale again. I'm going to pull in, so reverse it down the breathing, open the movement. So I'm using this on my sacred thumbs, right at the L2 and 3. On the exhale, I root it down, I release my spine, so I get a nice thoracic spine extension. On the inhale, I create a C curve. So it's called a flexion. On the exhale, I'm releasing out the C curve, bending backwards, so we call it extend, so you extend the front. And I'm articulate every single vertebrae. You got 24 articulate vertebrae. 7 is thoracic, 12 where the rib cage is, 5 at the lumbar. So every one of them, because it's vertebrae 24, why is that design there? You have to get to know. So I'm using all my abdominal muscle moving the spine. Now I use the back, the muscle on my back posterior, and moving my spine reverse. So all the muscle on your trunk, right? It's your core muscle. And we're going to use them properly, nice and slow, with the breath. So spine moving now. One more time, inhale. And exhale, return. Okay, let me say one thing. If this is your first class, the rectus abdominis, which is called 6-pack, actually start from the 5th rib. The 5th rib is kind of like lined up with the nipple, okay, for men and women. So from here, you got 6-pack above the belly button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? So that's rectus abdominis that makes it will. And with the external obliques also start from the 5th rib. You have an upper arrow, see here, here, and here. Then you have a lower arrow with I call the 4 and 5. So instead of double up, so it's go 1, 2, 3, times 2 sides is 6, right? So 6-pack. Then 4 and 5. So when you hear me say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, that means I'm using the first responder to recruit in the muscle contract, so I can open the back. With one action, you get equal opposite reaction. With one action, you get equal opposite reaction, okay? So that's the part you can focus for today, okay? There are too many details, all important, but sometimes we can only hang on to one, so make sure you practice that. If you don't know how to use the spine and the breathing, reverse abdominal breathing together, after today's video, you will keep practicing. The good thing is the video is going to be there. So every week, Wednesday night, Thursday, you will see a different one, but similar, right? The foundation, like ABC is ABC, right? The 7 notes, in the music is the same thing. Learning Chinese is the same thing. There was structure. So the structure is same, how to call a principle when you exercise. Okay, here we go. You ready? Your pelvis can moving side to side too, right? Earlier you're moving, right? It's called posterior tilt. It's called anterior tilt. That's lateral tilt, lateral tilt. So you got full movement. We're gonna use all the muscle around your waistline to make a nice horizontal circle, okay, transverse circle, like the merry-go-round. Okay, I'll turn a little bit to you. I don't want to face to your turn so you can see more dimension. Okay, so you ready? Stand still right here. You can put your hands on button, below the belly button. So we're going to stick it to the shoulder. This is called anterior to your ASS in front of the pubic bone. Come to the side. Contract here. Hollow your tummy, lower arrow. Go to the left side and release. So you contract the back. And coming forward, the whole circle, your first responder is there. It doesn't plop out. So it's engage, engage, engage. Now contract. And you don't lose it. You engage, engage. So you don't overdo. You don't want to use the joint. You want to use the muscle along with the joint. So your muscle move the joint. Yin and yang again. So they work together. Okay, here we go. Inhale, pelvic floor, tummy in. Reverse the downward breathing. Exhale, right, spiral the energy down, release out. So you have to warm up first before you go into any Qigong set practice. And the inhale, sorry, just like you play piano or you dance or you do gymnast or you're painting, there's a preparation, we'll call it warm up. And the inhale, if you do warm up, you prevent injuries. And you also want to gather your mind, start focus. Inhale, tummy in, so reverse the downward breathing, exhale, release. Now you're going to make that circle smaller and smaller. Still a circle until one single point or switch side. You're going to go back to the left, hollow tummy forward, and to the right, and release. It's a little hard to learn from the video because the direction was slightly different than you think. And that's why gradually, hope someday we'll open up. I have a lot of workshop and for people to take. So in-person teaching is the best way to learn. And inhale, exhale. So hopefully someday I'll get to meet you and then we can talk and give me feedback. I'll give you feedback how to practice properly. Inhale comes in and exhale. So we're practicing reverse the downward breathing. So we're combining reverse downward breathing, spine movement, rooting, mind, all together, multitask, doing one single thing, and circle smaller and smaller until center. Okay, now move the whole spine now like we did earlier. So inhale, inner thigh, pelvic floor, tummy, contract 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then we extend, open out, contract the back. Don't use your head, okay? Your head follows. So inhale, so through the lower dantian, middle, and opening up the upper dantian, release. Inhale comes in through the central nerve system and release. That's use the open up the shoulder joint. So it's called a glenohumerus joint. I bend my elbows so it's not as heavy. And I really feel that movement in the shoulder joint. The scapula is not moving, so I'm not doing protract, retract, elevate. I'm moving that joint. I open up. Okay, now release my arm. Medial rotate in the shoulder joint, so the arms medial rotate. Arm laterally rotate in the shoulder joint, so spiral the energy out. When you medial rotate in the shoulder joint, your palms down. When you laterally rotate in the shoulder joint, your palms up. You coordinate everything together, breath, spine movement, rooting, nice arm movements, bilaterally, that means both sides working at the same time. Last one, inhale and exhale. Here comes the challenge, one side. So I'm going to push and create spiral now, okay? This is my right leg. Of course, that would be the left side. So I push the right leg, I rotate my pelvis a little bit, I talk to the external obliques. So I'm going to rotate, so my front and your front is always north. So that'll be northeast and northwest. So I'm going to turn to northwest corner. I return to the northeast corner into the extension. So I'm use the rotation, especially that external obliques, from the leg, your whole body connect. So now we create a spiral movement, the most beautiful movement as a human. And we have all those muscles to create this beautiful movement. So it's like double helix, right? Spiral, spiral. We're not robots, so you don't want to move mechanically like a robot. And inhale, that make you feel tight and weak. Okay, so inhale. Strength and flexibility always go together. If you're too tight, you're weak. Same thing with your mind. If you're stubborn, you get hurt all the time, right? So if you're open, but open with knowledge, you what? You gain knowledge. And return. Inhale, so focus on the spine, so more internally. External obliques, right? And all the deep rotator along the spine. So my video on the Monday night and Tuesday morning, I will put out more of the, right, the Western concept, learning, this last one, learning the anatomy, kinesiology. Now, Wednesday, Thursday is more internal Eastern philosophy, but we combine it together. There's no wishful thinking. The wishful thinking is going to charge your curiosity. The rest is the process and learning and become knowledge. So now I'm trying to use this small, right, internal practice spine. I'm charging up all my dantian, really strong. I'm reaching out to the grand universe. Inhale. And exhale, open. I'm facing the northwest, but my hands east. So this nice opening. So this is a bigger movement, more grand. Exhale, deepen down. Last one, inhale. Your quadricep is going to scream at you if you've never done this before. But it's just tell you need to do more because they are weak. Remember? If when they're tight and weak, especially if you run all the time, this is killing you. Inhale. And exhale. That's the only way your body can talk to you. Is give us pain. So you really don't want to take a painkiller to shut down the what? The messenger. You want to listen to the message, right? Then you figure out how to make it better for a long time. Inhale. So if it happens again, you know what to do. One more time. Inhale, rotate the pelvis. So I'm pushing hollow tummy. Exhale goes out and lined up. Take your hands down, nice and tall. You bend your knee, bring your leg in one at a time, take a couple steps. So when you first practice, there are a lot of uncomfortableness, right? So like you sing too, if you don't know the key, the notes, you go, everybody say, hey, quiet, quiet. You didn't, it doesn't sound right, but that's okay. If you love to sing, you just keep practice. You practice in the shower, no one hears it. And gradually get better. Play piano too. Some people say you make it really awful noise, but it's all repetition. So don't give up. Okay. So we're gonna go into the second set of the contemporary Qigong, because I develop right now, so we call it contemporary Qigong. So, but still have all the philosophy of a TCM goes into it, okay? So this is focus your spleen and stomach. The truth is, you move every internal organ. But some people say, can you tell me what this Qigong is good for? You know, it's sometimes sad to really have to pinpoint, but it's good for everything. But if you want to pinpoint, that's okay. So we talk about stomach and spleen as a pair, right? So they're the yin and yang organ. The yin organ is a spleen, the yang organ is stomach. So the internal organ has two kinds. One's very solid. One is like a pouch. The pouch is more of the yang because it has more movement. The yin is more solid, it's absorbed and filtered, okay? And the emotion of those two, stomach and spleen, is worry. Opposite worries we can all know, right? Anger we all can experience. Impatience we can experience all this. Fear we can, okay, those are the yang. So the worry, what's opposite worry is what? Trusting. Calm and trusting. I can deal with it when things happen, right? But you can't say that and do nothing. When I say that, that's because I have the knowledge to do it. Does it make sense? So if you don't, you're going to start require the knowledge, start reading the book, asking questions. So there are all kinds of ways to learn. So when that happens, right? Miss Cynthia tell my daughter, say, I don't want you to ride your bike. You hear me say that in Boston. She goes to college there. Traffic too much compared to Connecticut. Or I'm not going to drive when I go back to Taiwan because I'm like a stranger now. Traffic's everywhere. So I'm not very good at it. So I either hire somebody else to do it. And for my daughter, it's like, okay, of course, kids always say, Mom, it's my life. I say, yeah, that's right. It's your life. So I will be there if anything happens, and I will not say I told you so, because we have to experience things. Hopefully, sometimes not your fault. It happens. So how are we going to become more resilient in all different ways? Okay, here we go. There's 7 movements, so we're gonna use every single movement 4 times only. Okay. Nice and tall. I find this is 5 chair point. When I go to wider, still 5 chair point. Okay? You ready? Here comes the first one. I bend my knee. So I have what? My horse stance or spiritual triangle. I'm going to coordinate. I soften my wrist. I raise. I feel like a puppet. I feel like there's a string hold my wrist, lifting my wrist up. I soften in my elbow. I press out. So that's a lot of movements from there. So there's 6 channel goes, 3 yin, 3 yang channel through your arm to your finger, right? Your lung, your large intestine, so pericardium, triple burner, and the heart and small intestine. So I'm going to open, remember I said truthfully is for everything in internal organ. So from here, I'm just gonna softly lifting. I just practice the arm movement first. And when you're reaching out, this is a Lao Gong point. You're reaching the energy out. You capture the energy, but not like this. Shoulders back. So there's front, there's a back. And you lift again and return. So your arms so light. It's almost feel like you're moving in the water, like the pool, or you're in the cloud. So use your image to create different things. Okay. So now the arm had coordinate with the spine. Here we go. Reverse down the breathing, bend your knee. Inhale, pelvic floor, tummy. So I feel like I'm used the wrist to pull my tummy in to send the energy up. So lower arrow coming up, inhale. Exhale and release my spine and reaching forward. So we twitch, go back a little bit. Inhale again, pelvic floor, tummy. Exhale and press down. I come nice and tall. That's one. Inhale again, moving the spine. And exhale, my front side diagonal, so you can see kind of both sides a little bit. And my spine movement, inhale. And exhale, so my front is my north, and yours too. Inhale, easier to teach. And exhale, soften the elbow and reaching forward. Inhale, wrist, pelvic floor. Exhale, root it down. Don't drop the arch your foot. Inhale again. And your head suspend from above. Don't leave the chin out. Right, reaching out. Capture that energy. And return. That's the first part. Second one, you're going to reach your arm to the east and west. That's mean right and the left. So tall. Keep reaching out, capture that energy. Inhale. Bring back. So you're harmonizing the small universe energy, that's you. Connect with the grand universe, east and west side of the nature. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, root it down to the Mother Earth all the time. The Mother Earth are so strong, it converts so much and into energy for us for millions years. And the inhale, pelvic floor, tummy. And exhale, return. Let's do that one last time. Inhale again, my pelvic floor, wrist moving same time. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, ready? The third part. Inhale, let's talk to the heaven. Okay, I'm going to slowly extend my thoracic spine with my rib cages. I look up, don't bend from the lower back. Reaching up, pelvic floor, tummy, wrist goes, lifting up. Exhale, return. Again, inhale, pelvic floor, tummy. Exhale, root it down, extend the thoracic spine. The first responders here, so you don't go like this. That's a victim. And reaching. Inhale, finger up. And exhale, return. 2 more times. Inhale. Root it down, soften the chest, so opening. So your upper back is very strong. From the waist down, stabilize. So when you move, or 2 things, more than 2 things, depends what you think about, right? So you have a stabilization and mobilization. Mobile is which part of your body is moving. Stabilization is which part is doing the what? Stabilization or rooting. Inhale and exhale. We're going to go to the 4th part. Inhale, tummy in. So we're going to soften the stomach and spleen. I'm going to use my right arm. I'm going to push from this leg and don't drop the arch and don't drop your knee. So I rotate my rib cage. I contract here, open the spleen. Inhale comes in. Oh, talk to the stomach a little bit. And exhale, return and spleen contract. Okay, so it's always contract and release. Exhale, contract this side. So the external here, kind of massaging the spleen a little bit. Let go the worry. Inhale, tummy too. Can feel the worry. And standing up tall, you release all the worry. Inhale. And exhale, push. Inhale again, pelvic floor, tummy in. And exhale, so we're massaging the whole body. Inhale, wrist. Lower the arms, right arm down, call it girdle bell. Okay, girdle bell position, press out. Hollow tummy comes in. And exhale, return. Inhale. Push the right side, don't drop the arch, don't do this, you're gonna hurt your knee really bad. And go. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Third set. Exhale. Don't drop that knee now. Tummy in, see how much is involved. Exhale. That's why I don't like to see with a magazine or newspaper and say all this for elderly. No, it is for elderly and it's for everybody. Start early because it's really hard to learn. And last one, inhale, exhale. Such amazing theory and principles and wellness, right? All combined together. You ready? Inhale. Since we do the spiral, let's do even bigger. Go, rotate. So your hands reaching to what? Front is north, back is south. Inhale. Exhale, release down. Inhale. You ready? You look around the world, around your world. I don't care how big, how small. Inhale. And exhale. Even just this room, right? This room has a lot of history. When I turn around, I look. And inhale. I can remember I lived here for 20 some years, right? 20 years actually. Inhale. Going to the 21 year. And how this room changed so much. It used to be my practice room. I used to give massage in this room when I work home. Now I have my own studio. Inhale. That's why I painted this way. On like 4-layer painting, I put it in to create this calmness, right? And I have a beautiful drawing of my daughter did when she was in kindergarten. So, you know, your world, you just see your own world. And I see a beautiful oil painting my daughter did on one Mother's Day when she was a senior in high school. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. Look around the world. You're collecting lots, but you still at the same time connect with your body. Inhale. It's called life. Life is huge. Life is, right? People say busy. And exhale, but busy with order. Inhale. Just like our body, there's so many parts, so many functions, and your hormone, lots for this miracle body. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, I'm going to the 6th movement, even bigger now. Inhale, we're gonna get the heaven involved. Inhale, comes up. Exhale, release down nice and soft. Inhale, look up to the sky. Even if it's the ceiling, that's okay. Inhale, you can always imagine. Exhale, spring, summertime. I love to do this in outdoor, right? You can really feel how grand. Inhale, up again. Exhale. So think about, okay, you're gonna learn all this. And when time comes, you can go out. And you do this because you remember. See, memorization step in. Your mind comes in. So I'm going to practice all this at home with a video. And when I go outside in the park or up in the mountain, be with the nature, I have it all in me, all inside. And I own, inhale. Once you own the memory, right? It's like a music. Last time, inhale. You memorize the whole song. And inhale. Now it's time to make it come alive. There's always next stage. Inhale and exhale. And exhale. Okay, so let's go to the last part. Inhale. The seventh movement, so we'll be staying upright for a while. I'm gonna have you release. Straight your leg. If you can, it's okay. Reaching forward, don't push your tush back. You keep reaching forward, you're gonna feel the first responder right away. You say, okay, I'm gonna fall, bend your knee, okay? So release down. You can bend your knee, release. You don't want the shoulder comes up, okay? So contract your abdominal. Slowly comes up and nice and tall. 4 times. In. Release down. You can straight leg or bend knee. Bend your knee. Everybody have to bend knee now. Slowly feel the inner thigh, pelvic floor, first responder. Articulate each vertebrae. And you return. 2 more. In. Flex from the hip. So kind of fall halfway down. In. And then exhale. Last one. In. Thoracic spine extension. Go all the way out. Exhale. Release down. Make sure your neck is very long. Gently soften the knee that will round your back. Open the movement and let the energy float up. You know we're going to return, so don't reach arm up anymore. Nice and tall. So be careful. I have a hyperextended knee. I tend to go all the way back. I always try to remind myself, so sometimes I forget. Catch me, right? So say, oh, Ching, no. So you can't help yourself. Don't go into the hyperextension because I want the energy spiral down. If I can start understand the energy flow, I not go into that lock, okay? Because that's not good anyway. You wear off the joint. So now you can shift your weight, bring right back in, nice and tall. Couple breaths here. Take a little step, shake it out. We're finishing class. So now here's the finishing part. Tensor fascia lata. One of the hip flexor muscle, ASIS, your pelvic bone. Bone meal production. You go into the little glutes. So I use the wrist, okay, like that, like a little mallet, right? It's like a little hammer. Nice and easy. And then go into the sacrum. So I turn around and see the sacrum. Up and down. I try to be careful. I have a microphone pack there. I don't want to hit it. Okay. So now, big glute. Okay, back side of the leg going down. Inside coming up. Outside going down. Inside up. One more round. It's like disperse the tension. Tell me. Ascending, transverse, descending colon. Okay. Right. Elimination system. Little small intestine. Dantian. Lower dantian. Okay. Very important part. Breastbone down. The the thalamus gland inside that secretes the T cell. Amazing immune system. Also sometimes with a heartache, let it go. So you might feel a little discombobulated because there's so much information if it's the first time, right? So if not, you say, oh, I kind of learned a little more today. Oh, I feel so much comfortable today, because I've been studying this for a while. No matter what stage you are, you let go the tension. You keep the strength. Takes a lot of strength to continue learning, right? So here we go. You're brushing out and up. From the kidney, softly brush down. From the mothers, arch your foot coming up. So you're gonna go, voila. I feel so light. And I feel so rude. I feel so light. And go. We usually do it 3 times. We love, you're going to hear me say 3 a lot. It's from the basic of a yin-yang symbol. There's 3 philosophy, 3 principles goes in that simple sign, right? Called the most important graphic. Last time here, in the Western we have, right, Trinity, and goes down. Shoulders down. Appreciate this, right, miracle body. You become the miracle keeper. Enjoy your one life, right? One body, one life.